Hello, my name is Alfie, aka QuantumCaza. This is my genius video about peach tea. It's kind of hot in here, you know that. So why peach tea? I went on a date with a girl who was a chef, and we went on a date at a ramen restaurant, and she ordered peach tea on ice. And my mum always told me since I was little to always remember the little things in life when you go on dates with girls. For example, ordering peach tea on ice. So let's get into the lyrics. Holding on to a memory that I have of you, but there's one thing a fortune teller didn't do. Tell a story of a future that was made for two, so I gotta write a menu only you could do. So fun fact about this part of the lyrics is I was sat on a train going to central London somewhere, and I don't know what I was listening to, but I kind of thought of this line where it was like, you know, fortune tellers and memories, like a fortune teller is supposed to tell you about your future, but what if that future never happened? So that's kind of like what this line's about. It's like, you know, I went to a fortune teller. I didn't actually go to a fortune teller. It's more or less like I went to a fortune teller. They told me about a future, but that future never actually happened. Yeah. She's a chef, always cooking up a dream, but I'm left, life is never what it seems. Très bon, avoir la pêche, say it clean. French fry, trying to understand your scene. Basically, she's a chef, as it says in the lyrics. This part of the lyrics is quite self-explanatory. She's a chef and she's always cooking up dreams, and I respect that a lot. I respect the hustle, you know, I respect the grind that people go through, not just her, but everyone in general, and that is what this lyrics is about. And très bon, avoir la pêche, translate ever so good, the peach. Don't know why that came to mind. Peach tea, maybe, it kind of tied in there, but she's a quarter French, and I thought it'd be a bit cool to actually add in some French, because I don't know, French, isn't it? So many things that I could say that I love about you. You want a knife on your finger as a tattoo. You want a drink, but you can't because you look like a fruit. God damn, these allergies, they got a hold of you. So this part of the lyrics was like, you know, going back to what I said in the beginning about my mum telling me to remember the finer details about someone. I remember the chef girl telling me that she wanted to get a chef knife tattoo on her finger. So that is why that's referenced. And the other thing, it's kind of a dig, but it's kind of not. She's kind of allergic to alcohol. So, you know, she wants to drink, but she can't because she looks like a fruit. It's like, you know, yeah. So she blows up like a fruit if she drank alcohol. Peach tea on ice, you're a flavor that I need and it feel right. Would you stay with me for a minute? I want you to know you got me feeling fruity, juicy. So peach tea on ice, you're a flavor that I need. Basically, it references to peach tea, because peach tea is a buff drink. Like, if you don't like peach tea, I don't know what you're doing with your life, but it's kind of like a reference to the girl, like, you know, I wanted you in my life, but it obviously couldn't happen, and it's quite, makes me quite sad, to be honest, because this chef girl, she was the one. She was a sweet one, man. Like, you know what I mean? She was amazing. Everything about her was just wow. So that's what that part of the lyrics is about, and it kind of ties into would you stay with me for a minute. It's kind of like tying to that whole what I just said. And the fruity juicy bit, this is what everyone's like saying to me. What does it actually mean? Well, basically, my producer was like, Alfie, we've got two words we've got two more words to fill in, and we wanted to stick to the whole like summer fruity vibe, so we just chucked in fruity juicy because it just kind of fruity juicy. I kind of find you bittersweet next to my heart, like the dopamine that triggered me right from the start. My serotonin's still corrupting me, you're making it hard. You enlighten me and frighten me, the light in my dark. Okay. So this part of the lyrics is quite deep, but it's not deep. Like, you know, it's like you're the nectar to my heart. It's kind of like, it's all like, you know, lovey-dovey kind of thing. I liked it because it just flowed, and, you know, mentioning like dopamine goes back to my first single, Dopamine, and the chemical imbalances in the mind. Like, it's a whole like play on mental health, and like how this girl like triggered so much serotonin for me. It was just like, wow. Yeah, that's the whole meaning behind that part of the lyrics. I sit and watch the butterflies as they flutter by. Sometimes I wish I could travel to that time in my mind. Got me acting like a spaceman flying high on life. You're standing there looking fine, looking sharp as a knife. So I was sitting on the train again. A lot of my lyrics actually happens on the train. It's quite feng shui, you know, you're just vibing. But anyway, I was just like kind of thinking of her, and yeah, like it's like part of like, you know, if you don't already know, I have PTSD. Like part of it, like, you know, it kind of comes with the good flashbacks and the bad flashbacks. But these were good flashbacks, and you know, this lyrics kind of relates to that. You know, sometimes I sit and watch the butterflies flutter by, and butterflies normally, you know, you normally reference butterflies to when you're in the dream world, and that's what kind of like, that's what that means. And then going back to like, you know, like a spaceman flying high on life, I'm actually just in my head floating, kind of just thinking of like the serotonin moments me and her had, which is a bit emotional. Yeah, yeah, boom. So what is Peach Tea? The song is about wrong timing, right person. When you meet that right person in your life, but timing isn't actually right. It's quite emotional. Like, it's not heartbreak, it's not sadness. It's like a happy sadness, and that's what this song is kind of trying to portray. Yeah. And during that happy sadness, you kind of remember all these finer details about that person. For example, a knife on her finger is a tattoo. She can't drink because she looks like a fruit. Peach tea. It's really just about how you romanticize these things and, like, you know, express yourself from the heart, because that's what I'm about, you know, as an artist, expressing, storytelling, emotions. Like, that's what QuantumCaza stands for. Peach tea? No, fuck that shit. Let's move on.